Today we're going to talk about all the products that I used in June, and I'm going to give you my opinion of them. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure you stick around and let's get going. Hey everybody, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Sheena and makeup is like therapy for me. Today we're going to talk about all the products that I used in the month of June, and I'm going to give you my opinion of them. I do have a few products that I have already decluttered from my collection. We'll start with those. Okay, I had to make a few adjustments, and now we're going to talk about the products that I have already decluttered from my stash that I used in the month of June. One of those things, and I'm going to pop it up here on the screen so you can see it, is the GlamLite Chucky blush. And I've done a lot of decluttering, and this was one that got decluttered because I had both of these colors in another either single or palette or something. I had the same colors, so I was trying to reduce, so that's why this palette or the blush got decluttered. I decluttered the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance powder in the color 115, and I decluttered it because I basically used it all up, and that's why. So I did love it. Something I may pick up again. I have plenty of powders right now, so it's not something that I see that I need right now. And the last thing I decluttered, I actually gave it to my daughter, and that was the GlamLite Chucky palette. And you can see it here. It just wasn't really my color story, and it was her color story. I knew it was something she would get a lot of use out of, and it was something I wouldn't get much use out of because I'm just not real into the like dark sultry look, and she is more into that color story, so that's why I decluttered it. Now everything else I have pulled out. I have a basket and two more little baskets of stuff to go through. So we'll start with the lip products, and I used this gloss from Klarity Kosmetics. It's called Safari Tings. I really enjoy it. It's not gritty. It's really pretty on the lips. So it is definitely something I will be using again. I used the NYX Fat Lip Drip Oil. That is a mouthful, guys. I have it in color Supermodel. I also have it in clear. I've almost used my clear one up completely, and I've used a good bit of this one. I really like them, but I feel like they're a little small. I don't normally use up lip glosses like this, so to have basically used up one, that is a lot for me. Then I have Kylie lip gloss in the Clouds, and it's not like, this color's not real bold on your lips, but I do really enjoy the formula of her lip glosses. Okay, and then I used both of the Daphne and Velma lipsticks and lip glosses from the Scooby Doo collection. I really like them. I enjoy them a lot. And I feel like I like this formula. I feel like this formula is better of the lip glosses than some of the previous ones, say like in the Icy collection. So I really enjoyed all of those. And then the last lip product I used was the Chucky and Tiffany from GlamLite, the lip liner and the lipstick, and I really enjoyed both of these. They're really pretty on the lip. They're just really smooth and not real drying. They just feel really good on the lips, so I really enjoyed those as well. I have apparently misplaced one of my ColourPop cream gel eyeliners. I have the color Exit here, but I also used the color Electric Daisy, and I'm not sure where it went. But I like both of them. I want to say this, like this one, I never have any problems with it showing up in my waterline. Sorry guys, the puppies are being a little loud. But the other one, I feel like I had a little harder time getting it to show up. I can't remember if it was like a neon yellow or neon orange, but that was that. So I've used 3 mascaras this month. These are going to be my same 3 mascaras every month until they're gone and I open another one. So this is the Maybelline Sky High. I probably have like 1 or 2 more uses out of it and it's gone. This is my drugstore favorite mascara. I have repurchased this mascara time and time again. I will repurchase it again. It's one you will see a lot of. Next, I have the Urban Decay Lash Freak, and this is my high-end mascara favorite. I have purchased it time and time again. I don't think they're going to be quiet, so I hope you can deal with it. I'm sorry. But this is my favorite high-end mascara, and I've purchased it many times. Every time I'm in TJ Maxx and I see it, I grab it. I don't care if it's a small one or a full-size one. I'm going to use it, so I always grab it. And then I have been using the Kylie Lash, and I'm enjoying this mascara. It's not one I will probably purchase again. It is a little drier of a formula than I prefer. So I'm going to use it up, but I doubt I'll purchase it again. Okay. This is the only eyeshadow primer I have used. I don't use eyeshadow primer that often, but it's the Juvia's Place. I have had this since it came out. I love it. When I want an eyeshadow primer, I always reach for it. So I would definitely grab it. Okay, we will start with trying to look and see what's kind of on the top of my basket, and highlighter. I got this highlighter from Rude Cosmetics. I got it when I got the Mentos palette, and I mean, I've been enjoying it so far. I don't have any complaints about it. I mean, it's not one that I'm gonna like run out and buy again, but it's one that if it came with the palette that I was buying, I would definitely get the combo. Okay, this is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Flexitarian. This is my favorite, well, one of my top favorite highlighters from ColourPop in the Super Shock Cheeks. I really just love their Super Shock formula, and I have no complaints about it at all. This one is probably my favorite because Pan was showing, but I kind of moved it around a little bit so you couldn't see Pan again. But this is from the Tinkerbell collection and Happy Thoughts, and I love it. It is so pretty. It has kind of a goldish pinkish color. I absolutely love it. And I have one more ColourPop highlighter in here, I think, and that is the ColourPop in the Love Struck, and I really enjoy this. I like colored highlighters, and other than these little heart shapes being difficult to open, I really enjoy them. Okay, I know you can't get this highlighter anymore, but I'm gonna use it until it is gone because I love it. That is Becca in Pearl, and it is so pretty. I usually use it, I have 2 Becca highlighters, and I usually use them at least once a week. Okay, that looks like all of the highlighters. So let's go on to blushes. And this is BeBella Cosmetics Blushing and Crushing Blush Palette. When I got this palette, I really enjoyed it a lot, and I used it a ton. When I did my declutter, that was one of the reasons why I kept this one, because I had used it so much and I had really enjoyed it. But the color payoff when I used it this month, it wasn't there. So it is something that I am going to be decluttering from my collection. Now this is the Oden's Eye Sweet Tulip, and I've never loved this blush. I want to use it a few more times and kind of get my opinions on it, but it is on the fence of being decluttered from my collection. But I did decide to save it since it was my only Oden's Eye blush. Now this is from Klarity Kosmetics, and this is my favorite blush. I use this blush there's a few. I use this blush weekly, like multiple times a week, and it's so pretty, it's so pigmented, and I just absolutely love it. Okay, and then I also used the ColourPop Text Me blush, and let me see, I'm trying to get it open, but sometimes these heart containers don't want to open. There we go. And it is a hot pink blush. I really like it. I really enjoy it. It is so pretty, and since I have decluttered my blushes, I've been using it so much more. And this is my probably all-time favorite blush, and it is from from Benefit, and that is the Crystah. And I just really love this pinky corally blush. It looks really good on my cheeks. It is a shiny formula, so I usually don't use a highlighter when I use it unless I'm just really going for something beaming. But it is like my all-time favorite blush. Okay, next let's look at bronzers. I have this one from Lys in the color Harmony, and it is really pretty. I really enjoy this blush. It kind of had gotten pushed to the back and I had kind of forgotten about it, but now that I've done some decluttering, it's been pulled back up and I'm using it more. Now this is my like all-time favorite bronzer. This is Hot Cocoa from Too Faced, and this was a Christmas special. Not this past year, but the year before that. I love it, and it looks so great on my skin. This is another bronzer that had kind of gotten forgotten about, and that is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Sunkissed. And since I have decluttered, I have been using it a lot more. And I do have declutter videos coming. Bear with me, please. I kind of have a schedule and a layout so that I can be consistent and kind of have a plan. So they're all coming. I promise. I promise. Okay, let's look at powders. This is ColourPop No Filter, and this is in translucent. I really haven't. I need to wear this powder more and really gather my thoughts on it. That's a loose powder. Now this is a pressed powder, and it is CoverGirl Simply Ageless. It is in translucent, and I actually have hit pan on it. I've been using it for a couple of years now. I really enjoy it. I wish it was a loose powder because I really enjoy loose powders more than pressed powders, but I do enjoy this pressed powder. Okay, the Fenty, ooh, it's spilling, oh no. This is the Pro Filter in Lavender, and I absolutely love this. This is like my go-to powder. I'm always reaching for it. I love it. I love the color. It looks great on my skin, and I love how finely milled it is. Favorite. Will definitely buy it again. Okay, this is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Translucent in the loose powder. I really enjoy this powder a lot. I use this a good bit. This is probably my second favorite powder because I use it so much. And then this is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for Under Eyes in color 1. It's like a white translucent powder. And I typically forget to use this powder, but when I remember, I do really enjoy it, and it's definitely something that when I use it up, I will be looking for another under eye powder. Okay, now we're going to look at foundations, and I only have been using 2 lately because I went to the beach for a month and I got really tan, and now none of my foundations really match except for these 2, and that is the It CC Cream, and this is in the color Light. It is almost gone, and when I use it up, well, I have a good bit of foundation in this one, which is the Tarte Face Tape, so I'm trying to use up some of the ones I have, but I can see me repurchasing this one down the road because I do really enjoy it. Next, I have concealers. I used the Tarte Shape Tape, and it is in 12B Fair Beige. And it's not like my go-to favorite concealer, but I do enjoy it, and it does work well with my skin. And I do have mature skin. The trick is not using a ton of it, because if you use too much of it, then it just becomes cakey. And the other concealer I have been using is the KVD Good Apple in Light 109. You can tell this one is well loved. It is almost gone. It is my favorite concealer, and I will definitely pick up another one of them when I use it all up. Finally, I have primers. I have been using 3 primers, the e.l.f. Cookies and Dream, and I do enjoy this primer. I like to use this primer to fill in my pores, and then I like to use the e.l.f. Power Grip to go after the Pore Putty one dries. I use this one, and it just kind of helps. Then I've got my pores filled in, and then this helps my foundation really stick to my skin, and I just really enjoy it. This one, I mean, it's about half gone, but I definitely will be buying it again. And last, I have the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Pore Refining Primer. And I really like to use this primer on days when I'm kind of having like a light makeup day, not a heavy makeup day. It really just blurs my skin and makes it look great for not wearing foundation. I got it out of a subscription box, but it is definitely something I could see myself purchasing again. I told y'all I was all over the place today. I forgot setting sprays. So I've been using 2 setting sprays, Benefit Professional. I really enjoy this setting spray. It does really good for keeping my makeup in place for the day. It's almost all gone, so I'm kind of working on using it and using it up. And then I have several of the Wet n Wild setting sprays. This one is from the Saved by the Bell collection. I enjoy these setting sprays. I like using them for spraying my brushes, for setting my makeup. If I have a shorter day, I will definitely use these. But if I have like a longer day, or I know I'm gonna get hot, then I will use this one or Urban Decay Allnighter. Those are my like long day setting sprays. So tell me, did you enjoy this video? Like, do you want to oh, hold on. I'm all over the place today, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't talk about the eyeshadow palettes that I used. Let me get them. Okay. So I already told you about the GlamLite Chucky palette. So let's talk about the other GlamLite palette that I used this month, and that is the GlamLite Scooby palette. And when I went through my GlamLite palettes, I didn't declutter this palette. I did keep it, but I'm kind of on the fence. Like, it's one that I could see myself decluttering, because I have another palette that has a similar color story that I enjoy more. So it's very possible that I will end up decluttering this palette. Another palette that I used is the Juvia's Place, the Candy Shop. And this palette is one of my favorite Juvia's Place palettes. I really enjoy it. So I don't see it going anywhere, and I definitely see me using it again more often in the future. The other palettes I used were the 4 palettes from Dede Signature. And Dede Signature is no longer in business. They went out of business. But I was trying to kind of get my thoughts on these palettes and if I wanted to keep them or declutter them. And they all have really pretty color stories. I really like all of the color stories. This one is definitely my favorite color story, but like this one, I have this color story in another palette. So I know I'm going to declutter that one, and or maybe it was this one that was my favorite. No, it was the caramel. I mean, I like this palette. I like the palettes. They're all really pretty and colorful. I just want to make sure that I'm only hanging on to stuff that I'm actually going to use, and I want to really get my collection curated down to stuff that I really enjoy and not be holding on to makeup just to hold on to it and hoard it, especially since we are preparing to move from a 3,000 square foot home into a 400 square foot motorhome. So I've got to have a makeup collection that will fit, and that's why I've really been working on decluttering and everything. So if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. Do you just want to see the palettes that I used and maybe I rank the palettes every month? Or do you want to see all of the products that I've used too, even when they are not new to my collection and not a new release? Because I haven't been buying any new makeup recently. I'm trying to really think about what I'm buying before I buy it. I mean, there's a couple of palettes out there that I really want right now, and I'm actually working on another video to talk about those palettes. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell beside it so you don't miss any of my future uploads, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye guys.